5.3 I have told you. Now coming to this 5.4, midday meal program, role of legislation to ensure nutrition and a space for children to live together. So in 5.4 we have these three topics. So what is a midday meal program? See, generally what happens is that you might have come across many students that are unable to join the schools because of the financial crisis, and because of this might be unable to have the proper food, transportation, and n number of reasons are there, n number of factors are there. And among them, even the students those who have enrolled their names in the school, the retention will not be there. And when they did the survey, they came to know that most of the students were unable to get proper food. The facilities were not there. Okay, and to look after to give them proper food, the financial crisis was there in the family. So, in order to develop the literacy rate among the children, in order to have enhance the literacy rate, okay, in the country, and in order to ensure the more and more of enrollment of the children and the retention of the children, the midday meal scheme has been started. So, a majority in India, see what happens is that, and you might have come across, if you happen to see that maximum in India, most of the people, majority of the population are unable to get at least 1 day meal. At least in 1 day, 1 meal they are unable to get. Okay, so how many meals we have? How many meals we have? 3. So in case breakfast, lunch and dinner. And look at the pathetic condition of the children, that most of the children, in majority of the population, they are unable to get at least 1 meal a day. So the midday meal scheme has been started to resolve and liberate the children from the vicious cycle of poverty and literacy by serving them sanctified and nutritious midday meals. Okay, what happens is that since most of the children, you might have seen the beggars on the road, and why do they beg? Because of the scarcity of the food, and they are not getting the enough food to have in the form of meals. So the midday meal scheme has been started in order to ensure ensure the unprivileged children, okay, from in order to give freedom the children from poverty and illiteracy by serving them the nutritious midday meals. And whatever the meals is being served in the government sectors and in government aided sectors, if you come across, not only it will be it will not be a normal meal. It will be a meal which will be good in nutritious. Some nutritious value will be there. Okay, looking at the present scenario of the children, okay, the government has ensured that every children should get highly nutritious food. Okay, which should be hygiene, and it should have all the necessary vitamins, iron content, everything should be there, and that will be checked by the government authorities. So the midday meal has been started in order to resolve the poverty and the illiteracy issue among the children in our country, because when they did the survey, hardly many people in India, they deprived of getting at least 1 meal a day. So in order to overcome this situation, the government has started the midday meal scheme. Okay, now at least, what do you mean the formative years? What do you mean the formative years? Up to primary. Okay, formative years is nothing but you might have come across in the government schools, nursery, LKG, UKG, generally it will not be there. So 1 to 5. Formative is nothing but the 1 to 5 classes. So what happens is that here in the beginning, the midday meal scheme has been started to give a free meal, a nutritious meal in the formative years of the children. Okay, The midday meal scheme is a major program of MHRD. What is MHRD? What is the full form of MHRD? What happened?
Ministry of Human Resource Development.
Yeah, it's a Ministry of Human Resource Development, which we launched in the year 1995 as the National Program of Nutrition Support to Primary Education. National Program of Nutritional Support to Primary Education, NPNSPE. It was started in the year 1995 to support the primary education. The formative years is nothing but up to primary education, that is nothing but 1 to 5 years. Okay, again what happened is that the scheme was extended up to upper primary in 2008-9 and renamed as National Program of Midday Meal in Schools. Okay. The nutritious food is also be taken into consideration in provision of the quality education. So, the midday meal scheme was launched in the year 1995 and it was named as National Program of Nutrition Support to Primary Education, because the government has taken such a drastic step in order to eradicate the poverty and also in order to eradicate the illiteracy among the children. So, in order to ensure this, they have started the midday meal scheme. The midday meal scheme is nothing but at least since majority of the population were deprived of at least one meal. So, in order to overcome this particular situation, the midday meal scheme has been started in the year 1995 to ensure the good nutritious food up to formative years. Formative years is nothing but the up to primary education. All the children not only will be given free education in the school, but also will be given the nutritious food, free nutritious food. So it was decided by the government to give up to primary education. But what happened? It was started in the year 1995. But again, they have made a survey. They have extended this up to upper primary level. That is up to 8th standard. Okay, up to 8th standard. And in the year 2008 and 9, they have extended up to upper primary classes, upper primary level, and they have renamed it as National Program of Midday Meal in School. Did you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
When was it started?
1995.
It was started in the 1995. Till when actually the students should be given the free food? That is means
1 to 5th class. Primary education.
Then afterwards they realized that it should be continued, extended up to upper primary. Okay, upper primary. And when did they decide?
2008.
And it was renamed as National Program of Midday Meal in Schools. And what was the first one? National Program of Nutritional Support to Primary Education was the name of the program which started in the year 1995. 1995 was start chesaru, and it was named as National Program of Nutrition Support to Primary Education. But adi only till a primary education, but they thought that it should be extended up to upper primary, and they have renamed it in the year 2008 and 9. They have decided and they have renamed it as National Program of Midday Meal in Schools. It is a major program started by MHRD, Ministry of Human Resources. What happened?
We are listening, ma'am.
Then I asked you one question. D means development or department?
Development, ma'am.
How about others? Deepti?
Yes, ma'am. Development, ma'am. I'm listening.
Okay, fine. And please, okay, 19 students have turned up. Till the last 115 varaku teeskuntanu. Please, you have to be attentive. Okay. Now, that was the start. In the first paragraph, what is it? 5.1 actually, what is midday meal program? It was started in the year 1995. MHRD has started this in order to eradicate the poverty and illiteracy among the children. So, and also give nutritious food because most of the children are deprived of deprived of the meal, at least one meal a day. So, in order to give this, in order to overcome this issue, MHRD has decided that free education and also nutritious food, nutritious food should be given to the children. Okay, so that the issue of poverty and illiteracy can be eradicated. So, up to primary education, they have decided in the year 1995, and they have named it as National Program of Nutritious Support to Primary Education. But again, they have thought that it should be extended up to upper primary level. And in the year 2008 and 9, they have renamed it as National Program of Midday Meal in Schools. Okay, so here free education and nutritious food. And because of this, what happened? Maximum enrollment and maximum retention. Okay, did you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
You are 9.
Yes, ma'am.
9. What is it? 9.
Lakshmi, okay, fine. Implementation of midday meal program. See, it's not that easy. It's not that easy for the government to start a program. And okay, making the program and making all the homework for the implementation of the program. But generally, what happens is that the government has to face many issues when it comes to the execution of the program. And see, all the programs which have been started by the government, now you might have come across, like we have this Bangaru Batkama program, this program. Do you think that to the extent what they were expecting, did it reach all the people? Did it overcome all the issues? What all are related to the poor people? No, because what happens? There will be few hurdles, there will be few hindrances when you are executing the program. And for the success of a program, you have to look into the different areas. Generally, what sort of problems will be faced in the execution of the program to get the maximum success, to get the complete success of the program. You have to face many hurdles, and generally, what all the hurdles will be there, and what are the issues that have to be observed during the execution. That will be discussing in this implementation of the midday meal program. So what happens is that it's not that easy. It's a continuous. In order to have a success for a given program, a continuous. It has to be. There's many issues will be critical issues will be there that have to be tackled on a continuous basis. It's not one day. What is that issue, or it's not one day program. It's a long duration program, and many critical issues will be there, and you have to give a check on a continuous basis. Okay, continuous basis now you have to give a check. It's not that, because there are n number of people who would like to take undue advantage of the program. So you have to see that it reaches the right person. It is meant for the benefit of the students, benefit of the people who are deprived of education and food. So in order to have the fulfillment of the program, when we are executing with the government, when they are executing, they have to face many issues. Okay. Now, what happens is that the government is supplying food grains to all the government sectors and the government aided sectors. And what are the issues? Sometimes it so happens that this includes what are the issues generally they face: the irregularity of the serving meals, delay in the supply of the food grains to schools, caste-based discrimination in serving of food, poor quality of food, poor coverage under the school health program, poor infrastructure, especially of the kitchen sheds, poor hygiene, and poor community participation. So generally, these are the problems. See, it's not that okay, we are supplying food grains to the concerned government sector and government aided sector. That will not actually will have the complete success. See, there are many issues. Sometimes what happens, even when the government allots the funds and the food grains to the concerned, so sometimes it so happens that there would be a delay in the supply of the food. There will be food grains to the schools. Then you might have seen the caste-based discrimination will be there in schools while serving the food to the people. He has to be allotted to see whether the food is being served without any discrimination, whether the proper hygiene food is there or not, whether they are maintaining the kitchen hygiene or not, whether they are they are using the clean utensils or not, whether there is a water facility. All these things have to be monitored by the person who should be allotted by the government in order to have the success of the program. Did you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. See, government funds government supply చేస్తుంది ఫుడ్ గ్రెయిన్స్ మంచి ఫుడ్ గ్రెయిన్స్ సప్లై చేస్తుంది కానీ what happens is that you might have come across I have seen in many of the schools when generally during lunchtime we used to go see they actually if the principal or if the headmaster over there is very strict and when he looks after into every nook and corner of all these things then it will not be an issue but at times what happens the people who are serving the food, the people who are preparing the food for the children, generally what they will not maintain the quality of the food, and what they will not they'll not see what is that they will not be interested to maintain the nutritional value of the food. See, whatever the amount they have per student, like 150 grams of rice and 50 grams of dal, on that basis the food grains will be given to the person whoever is preparing the food. But what happens there, while preparing the food, he may not be using all the quantity that has been given to him. And what happens, people the strength will be same, but the quantity will not be the same. And here what happens, most of the children may not get the proper food. Otherwise, the right amount of nutrition will not be there because the dal. See, you might have to come across whenever you happen to see the government schools, dal in the sense it should be little bit thick. But generally what happens, they will not use whatever the amount of dal is being supplied to them. They keep some part aside and the remaining that will be distributed among all the children. So where the nutrition will come among the students. So this has to be checked by the person who is going to monitor all these things. He has to check the hygiene of the kitchen. He has to kitchen shed. He has to see whether the food grains are being served at proper time or not, whether it is being what happened? Why this fellow is not smoke shit? Okay, fine. Okay, now so here now MDMS Midday Meal Scheme is widely acknowledged as one of the most successful entitlement schemes of the Government of India, which has resulted in an increase in the enrollment and retention of children in elementary schools. And because of this midday meal program, and this is the biggest program which has been started by the Government of India, that is MDMS, Midday Meal Scheme. It has been started by the Government of India, and because of this, you could see the increase in the enrollment and retention of children in elementary schools. Because maximum parents they have started sending their kids thinking that not only my child will get education but also at least he will be able to get one day at least one meal which would be nutritious. And because of this, whatever the program has been started by Government of India, to some extent it has been successful because increase in the enrollment and the retention of the children in the elementary schools. Did you get my point?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
See, the committee's main objective is to universalization to cover all children studying in the elementary schools. The committee also recommends that midday meal program should be extended up to the secondary level. Up to secondary level ante enti? Which one? 9 to 10. Up to 10.
Sixth, seventh, and eighth, ma'am.
కాదు అది ఒకటి ఎలా వస్తుందంటే హయ్యర్ సెకండరీ విల్ 11 and 12 ప్రైమరీ అప్ టు ప్రైమరీ అంటే 1 to 5 5 6 7 up to 5 6 7 8 becomes what is that upper primary then secondary. See, generally నాకు ఏంటంటే ప్రైమరీ సెకండరీ హయ్యర్ సెకండరీ అని వస్తుంది. ఓకే, ప్రైమరీ అంటే up to 5. Did you get my point?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
If you have any doubts regarding this, now clarify. దీనికి ఏంటంటే యాక్చువల్లీ హయ్యర్ సెకండరీ అంటే వాట్ ఇస్ దట్? సెకండరీ అంటే ఏమేమి వస్తాయి? సెకండరీ క్లాసెస్ అంటే ఏమేమి వస్తాయి?
9th and 10th.
9th and 10th. Then 6, 7, 8.
Upper primary, ma'am.
Upper primary. What is the other name for that?
Middle school.
Yeah, middle school. Did you get it? So, ante enti now here midday meal program has been started up to secondary level. Ante up to 10th. Meeru government schools lo 10th varake untundi kada. So the committee recommends that midday meal should be extended up to the secondary level. So it is, see what happens is that it is not that easy task to maintain. See, providing funds and providing food grains to the concerned schools, that is government and government aided, will not be a good big issue for the government. But for the execution and whether it is properly being used by the school authorities and who actually and they have to look into all the other factors and the other areas. So it would not be that easy. Now who has to take the responsibility? Who is going to prepare food for the kids? And do you think the teachers, apart from teaching, it would be easy for the teachers to prepare all these things? So it's not, actually it should not be done. It should not, it is not considered like that. So here a separate, actually here either the agency will take the charge of preparing food for the children, or they will be appointed by the government to prepare food. So there are two types. Either directly here the cooks will be appointed by the government on on ad hoc basis. Okay. On ad hoc basis ante enti monthly ilani in the like cooks will be paid on monthly basis, or a agency will be there. Even through agency, the agency is going to approach the government and the government is going to give them the permission. Okay, they have a contract, and on that the agency will provide the few cooks to the different schools. Okay, like different schools, they are located in different areas, like we have the Vanasalpuram, we have Hayat Nagar and all. Okay, sometimes there are two ways. Either directly the government is going to appoint cooks, otherwise the agency will come, will take the role in preparing food for the people. The agency will have n number of cooks under them. So they are going to allow the different schools. Even that could be done. So here it should be carried out by cooks and helpers specifically employed for the purpose of independent agencies. What happens? Some states have engaged services of reputed community organizations to provide midday meal schools in centralized kitchens and distributed efficiently in schools. And sometimes what happens, in case if you come across in some states, they have centralized they are Indian service of reputed community organizations with this centralized kitchens. And a big kitchen will be there. Centralized kitchen is nothing but a particular place where they are going to cook for a large number of people. So from there, it would be supplied to different schools. Did you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
See, in our state, in every school, you could see that a kitchen will be there, a cook will be there, and he is going to cook in the school itself. Either he will be from the government side, otherwise he will be from the agency side, where the agency might have taken contact from the government. Okay, there are two types. But in few states, if you have come across, they have a centralized kitchens. And from there, in the centralized kitchen, the cooks will be cooking the food for large number of people. Okay, large number of people are nothing but the students, and from there it will be distributed to the students to different schools. Did you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a committee. Okay, school organization committee. Community organizations ఏం చేశారంటే, instead of giving this workload to the respective schools to arrange a cook and to cook over there to distribute the food to the students, what did they do? They have the school committee. Okay, what they have done, community organizations, what they have done, they have gone for a centralized kitchen. In the centralized kitchen, there large number of cooks will be there and good number of helpers will be there. There the food will be cooked for n number of students, and from there, depending upon the strength of the students of the school, the food will be distributed to the different schools. Did you get my point?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We have like Zomato, this, that. Avuna kada? Say yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
What this community organizations, they have decided that what they have done, their experience and the recommendations, whatever they have done it, let it be studied. Let it be studied by the government of different states, and if they find it satisfactory, then this can be this policy can be used in all the different states. Few states are going for this centralized kitchen, not all the states. But whatever the policy is being followed by few states where they are going for the centralized committee, okay, centralized kitchen, the school committee, what they are telling is that the other states, let them just look into the pros and cons, and only if they find it satisfactory, then the same thing can be implemented in the other states. This is what actually. So too many too many levels of fund flow should be programs by conducted for officials at district block levels to make sure that the role of responsibilities in implementation of MDMS laid on norms should be rigorously followed. There should be betterment, convergence, and coordination between the MDMS and the school health program. Okay, the MDMS, midday meal school, and the school health program. So it is the duty of the school authorities to look into the implementation of the program, whether every child is being ensured with the proper food or not, whether it is nutritious or not. Everything has to be covered under this particular scheme. Nutrients, vitamin supplements, and deworming tablets should be provided to the children. See, it's not that easy. See, when MDMS is not a small program, it is a big program which has been started by MHRD to ensure the hygiene of the children, okay, to eradicate the illiteracy and the poverty among the children, okay. So, in order to ensure this high quality of food and also quality of education, it is the duty of the government to look into the micronutrients, vitamin supplements, and deworming tablets should be provided to the children. So, in case even after providing the food to the children, there should be a proper survey to check into the deficiency of the vitamins, okay, and they have to even have a check on the health of the children. And if they feel that even after providing the food, the condition of the children, most of the children, if they have one or the other deficiency, then the deworming tablets and the vitamin tablets have to be supplied to the students. You might have come across that in most of the government schools, once in a month, this checking will be done. Health checkup of the students will be done in order to see if there is any deficiency among the children. And based on the deficiency, tablets will be supplied, okay, food will be given to them, okay. Now, the program is too important to re-examine in its fundamental whenever there is an incident of food poisoning or other social issue. Now, it is it is related to the children. Okay, here not only the quality of education should be monitored, but also the quality of food has to be monitored. And here, what happens regularly? If some nuisance happens, if anything which is not acceptable, any such incident happens, like in case if they see that the hygiene of the food is not good, you might have come across in the government school, you could see that in the kitchen, in sambar bowl, you could see the cockroach or many things. So, in such instance, at such incidents, immediately the committee has to take action. In case because of the food poisoning, in case of the student's health is spoiled, okay, the health of the students is not up to the mark because of the condition of the food, then that has to take action here. Okay, they should be ensured that the laid out procedures to be followed. Okay, whoever has taken undue advantage and whoever has not has been a hurdle in the implementation of the program, then such people have to be punished. Okay, events pre-attempted. There should be a responsibility in the quality of the program. Whoever has taken the responsibility to execute the midday meal program in the school, he has to see, it is his responsibility to look into all the areas. If something goes wrong, whether it is the quality of the education, quality of the food, or the hygiene of the food, or hygiene of the kitchen, or regarding the welfare of the students, then the person will be held accountable and responsible. Did you get my point? Any doubt?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Understood.
Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
How about Nitish? Followed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. The role of legislation to ensure nutrition. Okay. What's the time now?
It's 1:05.
1:05. So I leave at 1:15. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Shall I leave at 1:15 or 1:30? 1:15 ki. Shall I leave at 1:15 or shall I leave at 1:30?
1:15, ma'am.
1:15, ma'am.
Okay, fine. At what time do you have class? At 2 o'clock, na?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is everyone attending 2 o'clock class?
Optional, ma'am. The one who have selected.
Yes, ma'am.
And then do you belong to this, what is that, guidance and counsel group? Everyone here?
Except few, but most of them chosen that subject, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay. I will not take much of your time. 1:15 to 2 o'clock, that will be the lunch break for you. Okay. But why did sir start at 10:20? Did anyone of you, what is that, convey him that let the class be started at 10:20?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Class has been started at 10:30.
No, actually 10 would be appropriate, na?
Yes, ma'am. Sir shared link 10 minutes before, ma'am. Priorly he shared link and so that everyone will join.
Okay, fine. Whatever it may be. See, the government of India started midday meal scheme with an aim of enhancing enrollment of children with the main aim of MDMS. Please, the main aim of MDMS, midday meal scheme, is to enhance. What do you mean by enhance? Increase enrollment of children in schools, retention and increase attendance while also improving the nutritional levels among children. This is the main agenda, this is the main program that has been started by MHRD. The program's name is Midday Meal Scheme, MDMS. And why did they start this program? In order to, with an objective to enhance the enrollment of the children in schools, retention and increase attendance while also improving the nutritional levels among children. This was the main agenda of the MHRD, Human Resource Department Development. Okay, so their intention was to start MDMS was for the maximum enrollment of the children, retention and increase attendance while also improving the nutrition. Okay, the National Program of Nutrition Support to Primary Education (NSPE) was launched as a centrally sponsored scheme on August 15, 1995. 1995, actually they have started it. Okay, but what happened? They have the Supreme Court passed an order stating a basic entitlement of every child in every government and government assisted primary schools with a prepared midday meal with a minimum content of 300 calories and 8 to 12 grams of protein each day of a school for a minimum of 200 days. So every child, whether it is a government sector or whether it is a government area sector, the government has decided that every child should have minimum a content of 300 calories and 8 to 12 grams of protein per day, and he has to attend for 200 days. Okay? Per year, per academic year, the child who is studying in the government sector, government school or government aided school, he should be given 300 calories and 8 to 12 grams of protein per day, and it should be provided to every child for 200 days. Got it? Arthamainda?
Yes, ma'am.
Midday meal scheme eప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేశారు in the year?
1995.
అదే ఓన్లీ ప్రైమరీ, తర్వాత అప్పర్ ప్రైమరీ వరకు ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేశారు?
2008 to 2009.
Okay, fine. And what was the aim?
to enhance the enrollment of children and to increase the attendance, improving and also improving the nutritional level among the children.
Okay. How many calories should every child get?
300 calories.
How many proteins?
300 calories.
8 to 12 proteins ma'am, per
8
day.
to 12 grams of proteins. For how many days?
200
200 days. 200
Okay.
days.
Okay, fine. The midday meal scheme has a program of the government of India designed to improve the nutritional status of school-age children national-wide. It aims to the effectiveness of primary education by improving the nutritional status of children, thereby reducing malnutrition. What do you mean by malnutrition? Parag, who is this? Parag, I don't know. Who is this? What do you mean by malnutrition? And what happens because of the malnutrition? Who is this Parag? Who has joined with the name Parag?
Shruti madam.
Shruti. Shruti,
Yes ma'am.
where are you?
Just now, like guests had arrived, so I was preparing tea.
I knew. I got the smell.
Come and join us ma'am.
Shruti, already I have told you it's a matter of 10 minutes, Shruti. Okay, fine. See, attract children from disadvantaged sections, especially girls from Dalit and Adivasi tribes to the school, thereby increasing attendance, reducing dropout rates, and promoting women empowerment through literacy. Promote a feeling of oneness and secularism amongst various different regions and cultures. And this was started in order to enhance the attendance, increase in attendance, reducing dropouts, and promoting women empowerment through literacy. So in October 2007, the scheme included students in upper primary schools of 6 to 8 in 3,479 educationally backward blocks, and the name was changed from National Program for Nutritional Support to Primary Education to National Program of Midday Meals in School. See, 1995 లో వాళ్ళు నేషనల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఆఫ్ న్యూట్రిషన్ సపోర్ట్ అని పెట్టారు. నేను 2009 లో అప్పర్ ప్రైమరీ అంటే ఏంటి 6 to 8. What do you mean by upper primary?
6 to 8 ma'am. Yes,
What do you mean by secondary?
9 and 10.
Okay, ఇక్కడ ఏం చేశారంటే, see, in October 2007, what happened? They have included students in upper primary classes of 6 to 8 in 3,479 educationally backward blocks, and the name was changed from nutritional program for nutrition support to primary education to national program of. See, again they have renamed it as primary to national program of midday meals in school. Already I have told you, 2008 in the 9 law, what did they rename it as? National Program of Midday Meal Schools in Midday Meal in School. This is what I have told you. 1995 law, it was named as National Program of Nutritional Support to Primary Education. Again, in 2008 to 9, they have renamed it because they have from primary, they have gone for the upper primary and they have renamed it as National Program of Midday Meal in Schools. Okay. It aimed at improving the nutrition of the classes from 1 to 8 in government and government-aided schools. It also designed to boost school attendance of children's participation in school with a budget of over 13 crores, providing 13,000 crores hot cooked meals to over 100 crore children in almost 12 lakh schools across the country. And the main intention of this national program of midday meal in schools was to give proper food and nutritious food to 12 lakh schools across the country. The government designed a set of rules and guidelines to be followed for implementation. It includes the child health and growth, like quantity of calories, proteins required for children from specific age groups, quantity of grains that can be allotted to each child, and so forth. Micronutrient deficiencies such as iron and vitamin A have an overwhelming impact in India. Among 7 to 12-year-old children in India, see, 86% have been found of consuming below the recommendations. Micronutrients deficiencies can impair child's cognitive development, cause lack of concentration, school absentees, illness. Addressing micronutrient deficiencies through MDM is an essential investment not only in improving nutrition but also for welfare, human rights and economic development. In the MDM, just providing grains is not that. Food grains is not that. Providing food, but also it should be nutrition. It should be nutritious. And when they have done a survey, they have seen that maximum number of students between 7 to 12 years, they have many deficiencies, micronutrient deficiencies, like they have the vitamin deficiencies, iron deficiencies, and that has to be looked after by the government. By providing the deficiency related food to the students. Is it clear? The MDM program is not only providing food, nutritious food, but also look after the health and welfare of the program, of the students, of the children between 7 to 12 years, because of what happens is that most of the children who are coming from backward classes and especially the Dalits, plenty of deficiencies can be found, and most of the deficiencies are iron related and vitamin related deficiencies. These micronutrient deficiencies are there. So in order to solve such issues related to the deficiency, the child has to be supplied food. They will give either the tablets or such food will be supplied to the children who are suffering with such deficiency. The objectives of midday meal scheme are improving the nutritional status of children in classes 1 to 5 in government local body and government aided schools and EGS and AIE centers, encouraging children belonging to disadvantaged sections to attend schools more regularly and help them to concentrate on classroom activities, providing nutritional support to children of primary stage in drought affected areas during summer vacations. The World Food Programme has been working to support the Government of India in finding solutions to strengthen the country in food-based safety nets in order to address existing levels of malnutrition and food insecurity. What do you mean by malnutrition, Sangamitra?
Ma'am, status of obesity, ma'am, obesity or
What do you mean by malnutrition? No, it's not that. What do you mean by malnutrition?
deficiency, lack of nutrients, lack of nutrition, ma'am.
That is nothing. And because of that, you may have come across the students' cognitive development will not be there, concentration will not be there, and because of this low nutrition among the kids, you might have seen, and then it might lead to some other one or the other disease. And for that purpose, if the nutrition in the food is not proper, and if the students are malnutrition students, you could see that neither will they be interested. It leads to one or the other illness. So it is the duty of the government not only to provide food, but also it should provide the nutritious food, and also it should see the welfare of the child by looking into the deficiencies of the children, and especially children belonging to 7 to 12 years of age. They are prone to certain illness because of the lack of deficiency either in vitamins or micronutrients such as vitamins, iron and all, and that has to be rectified by the government by studying each and every student. Understood? After the malnutrition and the deficiency of the nutrition, and because of this malnutrition and because of the deficiency of the micronutrients such as vitamins and iron, you could see the children the cognitive development will not be there, and it may lead to some school and they will have one or the other illness, and because of that the students will not be able to attend the school regularly. Okay, it will cause one or the other illness. So such that it has to be addressing micronutrition deficiencies through the MDM is an essential investment. Just providing rice, dal and other things which are necessary for the food will not enhance the development among the children. Not only it should be provided, but also the micronutrient deficiency has to be rectified by the government, especially between the children 7 to 12 years of age. Did you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
So it has it is divided into 3: fortification, integrating hygienic practices, and involvement of management. This I'll take because as I have told 150, I think it's more than 150, 120. Okay, I'll wind it up. And tomorrow sharp, ask Swati ma'am to wind up at 12:15.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Now it's 1:20. I'm leaving at 1:20. I have started it.